All right, guys. Once again, I want to welcome you back to Trending Ninja. So we are still talking about renaming of street, renaming of bus stop, and a lot of controversies that is arising on this particular issue. So here in this video, we'll be also be talking about the new name that surfaced from Etiosa, and also we'll be talking about the reactions of people. Is like, people are doing a lot of things to bring out some kind of disagreement between Yoruba and Igbo. But sit down here with us as we take you through this intensive video. And here with me, I have Larry. Larry, briefly before we go into the video proper, what can you say about the controversy of the renaming of the street and renaming bus stop from Igbo, many of Igbo's name to Yoruba name?
All right, it's the latest development now in Lagos. As we all know, before now, we had the Charly Boy bus stop, which was renamed to Olamide bus stop at Bariga there, and then that has been causing controversy in the media spaces and everywhere with a lot of reaction. So few days ago, there were another development surfaced in that regard, and we'll be letting you to know about that.
All right, guys, I want you guys to sit down quietly. So let us analyze this issue together. This one is still trending. The renaming of Charly Boy bus stop to Olamide bus stop. Quickly, let me remind and refresh your memory through this video. Alright, as you can see, that was when the popular second rainbow bus stop, popularly called Charly Boy bus stop, was renamed to Olamide bus stop. There is some kind of announcement that sensitization that, oh, this bus stop has been renamed to Olamide bus stop. Here, Larry, quickly before we go to the reaction of the somebody that is concerned talking about Charly Boy, what can you really say about this renaming of a thing?
Yes, of course. Starting from the renaming of the Charly Boy bus stop, that place used to be second Pedro bus stop, but then it became Charly Boy bus stop. But of course, a lot of commentary have been coming from that area that look, that area was not actually it was not actually illegal. The legal process was not followed in giving that bus stop to Charly Boy. In other words, that bus stop was never in any way Charly Boy's bus stop. But of course, probably because he lived there and then because he's a popular man, then people decide to call him by that bus stop. But of course, when the outgoing local government chairman saw that, he decided to make the process legal by renaming it with Olamide Bado.
All right, guys. I have listened to the response from Charly Boy and other creators. A lot of people on social media be saying different things, and what is common among them is that Charly Boy made a lot of contribution to that area, and talking about his philanthropies activities and all that in that area. And someone said that, oh, this is a man that was giving motorbike to jobless youth and all that, and empowering the youth in that place. That is why that place was renamed after him. But quickly, let me ask you this question. Do you think that bus stop, I know that you made mention of it, do you think that bus stop was officially renamed after his name, or when people want to access the place, they use Charly Boy to describe the place? What can you say briefly before we continue?
Yes, of course, it's not the first time that is happening. If you go to Gwarimpa, I live in Abuja for a very long period of year. If you are going around that Gwarimpa axis, there's a place they call Charly Boy bus stop. I think that was where Charly Boy was staying as at then, and then that place was called Charly Boy bus stop, and I don't think that place was legally kind of named after Charlie Boy. But because Charlie Boy is a popular person, people decide to call Charlie Boy by that bus stop. I think that's what happened in the case of that bus stop that was called Charlie Boy bus stop at Bariga.
We have reaction from Charlie Boy, and he featured on News Centrals. Yesterday, he also granted an interview on Rise TV. What is common? What we can make up from the interview he did in the two platforms is that he said this. Let's listen to this.
But in the past, you've seen things happen even recently. Do you agree with that concept? Lagos is a no man's land.
Yes, because this was our first capital, so it had people from different ethnic groups who made Lagos really bubble. So if you're looking at it from that perspective, yeah, it's just like America, the melting pot of all the, a lot of immigrant people. And now look at how Donald Trump is messing the whole thing up. Yeah? So yes, from that perspective, in terms of people coming together, it's really a no man's land.
All right, this particular response, an interviewer asked him that the popular scene around that Lagos is no man's land. That, do you agree? They asked Charlie Boy, say yes, Lagos is no man's land. So what can you say about that particular assertion from Charlie Boy?
Yeah, I think the purpose of that phrase, Lagos is no man's land, is to give a kind of, to paint a cosmopolitan nature of Lagos State. Of course, a lot of Yorubas used to accept that phrase as Lagos being a no man's land. But certain ethnic groups took that phrase to another level, and then if you watch the last election, the rhetoric from that phrase, Lagos is a no man's land, really caused a lot of ethnic division in the country, especially between Yorubas and Igbos. But of course, if he's saying that New York, Lagos can be compared to New York, I beg to disagree with him in various ways, because one, if you look at Africa or Nigeria in particular, you know that we are Africans, and then we don't give up our heritage. It's like saying Lagos is a no man's land. It's like a father with many children that will lands to his people, and then if you are the son to that man, I'm a son to that man, I can't come to your land and go and sell your land or do trespass simply because I feel you are a member of my family. That's how Lagos is. So the idea thing is that the culture of indigenous people of Lagos, or the region where Lagos is situated, should be respected by all.
All right, quickly before we go to another big news, let me ask you this question. Do you think that phrase, Lagos is no man's land, do you think that phrase is responsible for what we are having right now, whereby many names who are original Igbo street are now renamed to Yoruba name? What do you think?
Yes, it's definitely, that cannot be far-fetched, because I think Lagos is trying to fizzle out Igbo political relevance in Lagos gradually. They are doing it in phases. If you look at the political terrain in Lagos, before now we used to have politicians of maybe at grassroots level, councillors. I think at the time we had House of Representative member representing, I think Christopher, no, not this area where we have a lot of Igbos there. Ajeromi fellow in local government. During President Jonathan's era, we had a representative from that area. But now, if you look at all the political architecture of Lagos State, you can hardly find any Igbo there. Lagos is gradually or systematically phasing out the influence of Igbos in Lagos, and then they're also doing that through street renaming to make them know. It's like inculcating in them that, look, Lagos heritage must be protected by Yorubas.